And I also don't think the system, which is the government, should only listen to politicians to decide. But this thing is becoming serious because my experience is less than 1 year in the political industry. And I can tell everybody for a fact here that African politics is dead and doomed. It needs to be resurrected because the media works for politicians. The government works for politicians. The people, they all work for politicians. They sell their thumbs for votes. The media sell all their airspaces for politicians. They're scared because they can't say anything good. You go and sit down and talk for 1 good hour and share 12 pillars that can help this country to be rebuilt again, and the media is just finding something little to turn your whole character upside down because some politician is instructing them to do so. But I know that this very elections is bringing a change, and nothing is going to stop that. So on that note, I am asking Ghanaians that they have left me in a very lame position. Tell them that we love each other.
It's off the record.
They want headlines. They want headlines. Don't worry. The Ghanaian media would have to understand that at some point they will have to talk about me in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, when I don't even want them to. They will. Because they're lying, but they're making me become so important because of their lies. Why? Because everyone is trying to find out the truth out of the lies that they believe. But let me tell you something, the media. I have always tell the truth, even when I lie. But yeah, on the real, you guys are ready, right?
Yeah.
Saturday is actually the day I was also born in.
Wow.
Kwame is on the 7th. And you know, it's supposed to be a 6th day, right? So the big 6 is actually also 7 with me. It's so twisted. With all these 12 pillars, you know, and 12 ministers, 12 candidates, and 12 on the ballot. What other 12 can we find?
Hopefully the 12th.
12 months on the 12th month of the year, and also Jacob, the 12 tribes. So this whole thing is 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. What God is saying to all of you is that He's warning you, my friend. You know, when it's 12 o'clock, I bring my son out. When it's 12 o'clock, I change my day. When it's 12 months, I change my year. I've already put 12 there that I'm changing everything. You want to distort it. Be careful where your time goes. Thank you. That since they're giving the accreditation to people, the people who are going to volunteer for New Force, God bless your souls to help us to be our polling agents, whether we have to pay you or you want to do it for your country or for your nation. We just need people who can stand for the truth, people who can stand for what is right, people who can stand for the country and for the nation, because we all have one purpose, and that one purpose is for us to survive on our own lands where we were born. We have nowhere else to take as a country, and I want Ghanaians to wake up. You might be happy with what is happening, but very soon or sooner than later, it might affect us. And if not us, it will affect our children. The truth will always set us free, and it will always lead us to success. Currently, our leadership is biased. So until we get up and start to straighten ourselves, we should remember, and we should start looking for solutions for 1,000 more problems that is coming to us as a nation. But as for me, I've sacrificed myself to the nation. My business is not as important to me today than your business, and how you're going to find a job, and how you're going to live in a country with a better economy
and how your child should be secured, and how you will be in Ghana without somebody coming from outside Ghana to govern you. You should have your own rights. I'd like to say thank you very much, Ghana. Maybe I should use this opportunity to thank all Ghanaians for supporting me throughout the time that we've been campaigning, and I know that you can see what we have done. Truly, we haven't paid anyone, and we will not pay anyone or bribe anyone to do anything whatsoever for us in voting. If you want to vote for a change that is new change, go ahead and do so. If you want to vote because you've been paid for to do so, that's your own prerogative and your own priority. You can go ahead and do so. But one thing I'm asking Ghanaians not to do is that we shouldn't go all the way to destroy ourselves. You know, we should rather believe that whatever elections that we're going through is going to build us as a new Ghana and as a new nation. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Question I have here. Mention your media house as well.
I'm not from the media. Basically, I came from the United Kingdom. I think I've been in touch with Kwame Bediako since 2020. I was in the British Army, so I'm a British Army medic. I think the media, you guys are here because now we're fighting the war of information warfare, and you people don't know how powerful you are. It's so sad to hear what Nana is saying. Our political arena has been compromised. I have been in the military for 8 years, and I know what is being done outside Ghana and what our intention out there is for Ghana. We all want to come back, and we need to unite and build a legacy that will build a future for our next generation. So we just don't want to have our cameras here just to listen to Nana grievances that he's got, but we need to unite as a people, because we need to take our destiny into our own hands. We need to build this country together. My family there's a lot of politicians in my family, but I am here to support Nana because we need to do the right thing. If we are not getting the numbers to represent us at the polling station, you media have the mouthpiece to defend him and to bring the change that we all deserve. We need to build Ghana, and we need to save Ghana. Otherwise, we'll also go into exodus. This time they will not take us into the Americas. This time they will not take us to Australia. This time they will not take us to Britain. This time they will chain us and they will destroy us. Let's wise up and let's vote for change. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other question? Or any question or clarification you need? Right.
Okay, my name is Eric from Metro TV. So I want to know, was the issue with the polling agent representative? I mean, having a representative at the all polling stations ensure fairness of the polling. Were you not given any criteria or any pre-notice of how to get or secure accreditation?
All right. Thank you. Any other question?
Let me just ask this. All right, thank you. Yes, I think that they have all the information, as these are our basic requirements. One of them is to have the polling agent first, so we can give you the accreditation. Now, with 552 accreditations, if you have given us 200 and you're holding 350, and it's less than 48 hours for us to vote. But think about, even if you're going to distribute this to the constituencies, that's 276 constituencies around Ghana. So if you gave it to me in the next 24 hours, how do you want me to smoothly do this? That's one. But you're still holding the 200, and it looks like you either have to pay money to get it expedited, or someone might have a personal interest. But that's one side. This constituency executives that are responsible to also check the ballots and the votes, I don't think they had the same system just the past election. It was probably from the polling station to, and I stand to be corrected, to either the region and the national, but now they've inserted the constituencies. So a lot of things have changed in 4 years in this country. And as much as we're still standing here by parties, we're not standing by the humans and the citizens of this country, as the nation and as a country. Because if we were, then we will understand that there are certain things that have been changed, and it's affecting how politics should turn out. Because to insert that, you first of all need to let Ghanaians understand that this is what we're changing things to be. And it looks like it has to go through some kind of voting or vetting process. I mean, you guys saw what I was standing for and fighting for this year, that to continue registering the youth. But they only gave 20 days for anyone that will turn 18 this year to register. 20 days, not even 3 weeks, 20 days. So if someone turned 18 in June, they have to wait for 4 years to become 22 before they can practice democracy for the first time. When democracy is the foundation of this country, what are you doing to your people by restricting them that hard? Like, you're supposed to educate them. If we want to practice democracy in Ghana, we have to educate the children of Ghana, because they're going to be the future of democracy. They will be the voters. They will be our leaders. They will be our business entrepreneurs. They will help this country's economy to be built, because we're investing in them today, educating them, but we're restricting them about what we do, which is the tribalistic behavior and misconductedness that has affected our growth in this country. Everyone's father would die and leave them something, but everyone's child doesn't know how their father acquired what they left them, so they just squander it. Of course, what do you expect? If you leave millions for a child that doesn't understand how millions are built or how that wealth is created, they will only find a way to spend it and not invest it. It's happened in our homes, now it's happening in our political world. And that's what I'm standing for right now, trying to make the average Ghanaian understand that if whatever parties that we're depending on today, if they love us that much as a country, and they love the citizens of this country, then they should give us the room to be a part of governance and leadership, so we can understand the economy that we live within, so we can understand the politics that we are playing, so we can understand the leaders that we're voting for, and we can understand our rights, our human rights. Remember me when I'm not here. That's one of the things I stood for you to fight for. It's your right. It's your right. We shouldn't leave our children to leave schools and go to university and get picked by some politician who does not stand for the country, the nation, or the citizens, but only stand for a party. That young man is going to become a political monster that helps sell his own country and his own people to outsiders, which I think that's what Africans are facing. I mean, the entire African system is facing this. Nigeria is facing the same problem. Almost every African country that you go to, these leaders don't care about the country and the people in the country as much as they care about the party that made them a president. There must be an influence that is convincing us to do that. And it goes all the way to the point that even the government system itself is becoming biased and lying on behalf of the politician. This can never happen in Europe or America, where they also practice the same democracy. The law will take them down. You've seen in papers, Biden's son, $300,000 rent of something, and however he paid it. This is just the ex-president's son, yes. Because you can't get away with it. Well, in Ghana, you can get away with everything. Now, Hubert was saying that we want to know from EC that how are we going to solve this? No, there's no time. By the time that they tell us how they're going to solve this, the election is over. They've done whatever they have to do. I just want them to know that, listen, this young man is saying it in your face. Get up, fix up, stop what you're doing, do what is right for the nation, don't destroy us, and stop trying to get everything for yourself, because the country is not for one person, 2 or 3, or it's not for a family. It's for a nation. And the nation has to be respected. Their rights should not be taken away from them. They should have their right to do everything. Thank you very much.
Right. Deal with the intro that you gave before the founder of New Force took over. You made mention of some allegation, probably I wouldn't say it is wild, but you linked it to EC officials in the Eastern region. That it got to a point they were trying to extort money from people before they give accreditation. I think this, if it is not politics that you are doing, do you have evidence to back what you just said?
Well, I guess the preamble of that statement was that we have evidence that some of our reps in the Eastern region are being extorted by way of the EC asking for 100 cities, 200 cities before they give them the accreditation. So we do have the evidence.
Would the media be doing the investigation to provide it to the police of this country? Because, it's a great question you ask, but, in case we have it for you, would you push it? Because I have learned that the media is also not doing a lot of things that they're supposed to do. Now, it's either you decide that I am going to play my role and I'm going to take care of my duties, or I will be a sideline, whatever, to support whoever. And that's what I've experienced in the past 1 year. The people are not actually media companies. Okay, they're political, excuse my language, snitches who are probably working on behalf of a party. So the country is divided into two. These media companies, this one and this, we cannot build ourselves like this. We cannot build a country like this. They will be laughing at us. So I would like you to give him that. And I would like you to be one of the first people in Ghana as a media person that takes information and investigates it. Go to the police, report to the police where they have to be reported, go to parliament, go here, and then we start to open the truth, the naked truth. We start to bring it out. So our leaders will respect us, because I want to use this moment to say this. It takes the press to announce the president. So maybe without the press, there might not be accident, because you might call it accident for them to be there, but the press really put them there. Okay? They say it finally. Whatever they're saying in our head and in our mind, people are picking it. And if they're misleading us or misinforming us, eventually we will take this information as the truth. But I think a lot of media companies are not doing their job in this country. They're doing the job of politicians. And we need to step back as a country. It is in our 12 pillars that we want press what? Free. Press of freedom. Nobody is going to assassinate you. Nobody is going to put you in prison. Nobody. Once you have the truth and you say the truth, for me, I believe that it sets you free. Doesn't matter what comes after you. You saw it. They've done a lot of things, and events get cancelled. This tax, this, that. But once you're saying the truth and you are the truth, you don't have much to worry about. I pray for Ghana media to start coming with facts and the truth, and this nation will change. Okay, on that note, please make sure we help him with that, and then continue the investigation for us. Give us some good reports also. Thank you.
All right.
What's your name?
Stanley.
Stanley. It's not the first time I've seen you, Stanley.
Yes, I've been covering you.
Okay. You have any question for me? Because that question was for him. I just added something to it.
Let me have one for you.
Okay.
Great. So I think I can project from here.
Yeah.
Yes, great. So today, all the political parties are supposed to bring their rallies or their campaigns to a close or a climax. Looking at you touring all the 276 constituencies, do you get the sense that you are positioned at an advantageous or a pedestal to your other contenders? You are 13 on the ballot paper, now 12 on the ballot paper. Looking at the work you've put in so far, does that give you some sense of hope?
Oh, I think it's not just the work that will give me sense of hope. It's more so the people. As much as they're struggling, as much as they're going through pain, and as much as they're facing poverty,
I still saw joy in them. And that made me realize that the future can be better. All we need to do is to try and provide their needs. And it's just one need that 80 to 90% of the people I met, jobs. And it hurts to see that we have 16 regions, and it's only one that really functions. The rest is dormant. But I couldn't understand when I saw flags and posters and billboards of this duopoly in every single place I went. And I know 60% of the places I visited, they themselves, they've never been. But their face is there, the flags are there, everything is there. And I was asking myself, wow, politicians in this country must be very rich. And if they are, the state should ask themselves, how can you make your own leaders rich and turn yourself to be poor? And for that reason, I don't even need to be standing in front of a whole audience and saying that I'm having a rally, because those audience are paid crowds. And I don't know whether to call them losers or users. Whatever our political belief is, that is mixed with some sort of religious beliefs, we are one messed up nation right now. That's all I can say. That the 276 has really opened my eyes, and if I have to keep going on and on, I'll probably drop a tear in front of a nation, because it's sad to see your own people not have a future. And you just can't do anything about it when those who have what it takes to do something about it are just refusing to do something about it. And when someone wants to help also, they refuse them to do something about it. It makes me question myself, what is this curse on a black man? And I want everybody in this room to start thinking that way. Don't think it's all good for you just because you have a job. Because it's less than 5 to 8% of us that have jobs. The 92%. You might think you have one today, but trust me, whatever problem the other one is facing, your child could probably be the next one facing it times 3 or more. Because whatever that is happening is like disease that spreads. If we leave it, it will spread amongst us. The world is beginning to see us as slaves in our own country. Slaves are normally taken out of their country and enslaved. But for the first time, they're beginning to see us as slaves in our own country. And that's why I said that how can a country or a state make their leaders so rich and make the citizens of the same state, the citizens of the same country, so poor? It's a reverse cycle. This is something that I leave you to go home to think about it. It's not a question for you to answer. It's a question for you to think about it, because once you figure out the answer, you would have figured out yourself. Thank you. The same information that had come from the EC, that I'm now 51 years old. I mean, please, why are they giving me 6 extra years? They shouldn't have. It's God that brought me here. If God is going to take me, let him take me. Don't add more years for me to die earlier. So please, can you correct it for us? It's I'm just addressing it. But if anyone has seen it, I don't think that was the only thing they said. It was 51 years old and then something again, you know. But I've had a lot of it that I'm beginning to accept it. That, you know, I will go and sit down and have an interview. I'll say one thing and then they turn it like this and turn it like this. So it's really a lot of demo craziness, should I say? Demo craziness instead of demonstration, democracy. It must be demonstration of craziness. But please, a lot of things that maybe we are requiring that, you know, EC should not take it very lightly. The nation has respected an organization of such caliber. And please, reputation or your reputation will live longer than you. Don't let something that has been around for over 5-6 decades end up being dissolved to be built again, which I foresee with a lot of media companies, that they might be bought to be rebuilt or they have to be dissolved because it's way politicized. You can't do anything with it very soon. It will just be, every information will be misleading, especially for the Gen Zs and the millennials who are coming that can get pure facts from the internet, from social media. You know, you are traditional media, please join us. Okay, join us on the journey. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so now bring it up.
Very fine. 15 left. Nana Kwame Bediako. Right. Did you have to up here and go out to maybe? Okay. Right.
I don't have my ID.
No problem.
Yes. So Ruby, yeah.